All right, this should be the last of my recordings. This is part 2, plus I'm going to talk about the review for the test. You guys probably already noticed on my first video, I said 480, but I wrote down only 48. So there's the corrected answer on that paper. I did not get to complete the second problem for you, so I'll go over that real quick and then show you the answers for the review. So Dylan had a total of 636 points. So points would be first on this, because it matches the 636 after playing this computer game 12 times. So it would be 636 to 12, how many times he played it. And you would solve, what do you do with 12 to get your 3? You would divide by 4. This you're going to divide by 4. So you would take 636 divided by 4, and you would get 159. Working backwards here, our 1 unit. 3 divided by 3 is 1, so you're going to take 159, divide by 3, and you get an answer of 53. So to answer the question, the unit rate is 53 points per game. And I'm looking here at how I points, playing computer game 12 times. So it would be 12 games. I'll make this games instead. Made that. Computer games, 12, so 12 games instead of times. And I could have rewritten this as times playing games, but just games is all you need for that particular unit. All right, so lastly, your GCF and LCM, if you forget how to do that, I have these set up. So I set up the grids, and you can divide. Remember, you find something to divide 75 and 100 into. You may have divided by 5, which would have given you different numbers down here, and you would have had to divide again, and eventually you would have gotten your relatively prime numbers. You would have gotten 3 and 4. Remember, for the greatest common factor, circle the first column. You probably would have had a 5 and a 5 if you did it that way. Your GCF then would be 25. And then when you circle the bottom, you're going to multiply all of these numbers, that L shape, and you're going to multiply them and get 300 for your LCM. Down here, 36 and 48, I divided by 3 intentionally so I can get more factors. And then I got an answer of 12 and 16, which is divisible by 4. And I ended up with 3 and 4, which are relatively prime. So my GCF is my first column. I multiply and I get 12. Then I circle these and I make my L shape and my least common multiple. If I take 3 times 4 times 3 times 4, I get an answer of 144. The last thing you had to complete was the word problem. So Jenny, we used 28 blue beads, 21 red beads to make identical bracelets. So we set up the grid over here. 28 is the blue. I marked the blue on the top and the red at the top and divided both by 7. And right away, I got my relatively prime number. So I can see right away my greatest common factor is 7. And my least common multiple, when I multiply them all together, 7 times 1 times 4 times 3 is 84. And then I look at my answer. What is the greatest number of bracelets she can make? Does 84 make sense? Well, she can't make 84 bracelets when she only has 28 blue beads and 21 red. That does not make sense. So your number of bracelets is going to be 7. Once you find that, how many blue beads and how many red beads, well, you go to your blue and you see it has to be 4. So 4 blue beads on each bracelet, because this is each would be 1. One bracelet would be 4 blue beads and 3 red beads. So that would be for your review. Tomorrow we will continue reviewing, and I will gladly help you out with Zoom time.